The power of your word. So this morning, I just want to tell you guys and kind of remind you, and remember, everything that I say, everything that I put here is because I want to help you. I want to help people that know me. I want to help people that follow me. I want to help people that look up to me, whatever the case is. But the power of your word. And once again, please, after this, comment below, tell me, hey Albert, I want to hear you talk about this topic, about that topic, because I want to help you guys based on my experience, what's helped me make the money I made, the businesses I've created, and the life I have, the lifestyle. I want to share that with you so that you guys can do the same. So the power of your word. Let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, the power of your word, it's very important, because when you say you're gonna do something, you gotta keep your word, you gotta do it. There's way too many people that break their word. Do not break your word. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If you say that you're gonna show up to an appointment tomorrow, do it. If you say you're gonna jump on a meeting, you're gonna join a meeting, you're gonna do a training tomorrow, show up. Oh, I'm gonna be there. So you guys get the point. And girls, if you say you're gonna be somewhere, be there. Do not cancel same day, even less hours, minutes before the event's happening. So let me tell you why I want to tell you guys how important this is, and what I realized today after watching a video that I recorded 2018, my first coaching with Patrick Bet-David. So I had a coaching with Patrick Bet-David. So this was the first coaching that I had with Patrick Bet-David. And just in case you guys are wondering, why are you recording on your way to the office? Because it's the only time I have, and it's a time where my mind is fresh and I can give you guys the most value. So it's kind of a routine, and it saves me time when I do this. Now one important thing that I want to touch on is, I was watching this replay from 2018 about with me and Patrick in Dallas, his first office. And I'm listening to myself, and quite honestly, some of the things that I said, I just can't believe how much I've grown. Like, some of these things, it's crazy, because I think way different. Like, I've grown so much. But the thing that stood out to me is, like, damn, everything was right on the money. I was saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and everything. Yes, it took a little longer, but everything is done. Now, the numbers that I was giving Patrick, I'm doing this amount. I actually told him I'm doing 1.8 million. And I was actually doing 2 million, because I was checking back on for 2017. I thought I was making 1.8 million, but I was making 2 million 2017. So 2017, I was making 2 million. Okay. And I could get on with more details about it, like what's my net, what was my top line, how much was I keeping. That's a whole different topic. But my point is that whatever I told Pat I was gonna do, I did it. And whatever I told Pat I was doing, I was doing. So keep your word, okay? Keep your word. I had a guy that used to be part of the company. He's not part of the company anymore. But, you know, this guy, he would, and by the way, this guy is awesome. He has a lot of, he has potential. And if he does things right, you know, he might do good. So nothing but great things about this guy, by the way. So one thing is, though, that it happened, and it happened again and again, and it got to a point where I was like, okay, I don't believe this guy anymore. Do I believe in him? Yeah, I believe in him, but I don't believe the guy. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I believe in him. There's a big difference. So, and it starts little by little. Okay, a lot of people, they have a lot of potential, and then their potential slips away. It goes away because they are listening to the wrong people for advice, and that just takes them down. So when I start seeing this thing, and it doesn't mean if you're doing this right now, it doesn't mean you can't change. Okay, you could still fix it, you could still change. But what happened with this guy was, we have meetings, we have appointments, and I would get a cancellation. Oh, you know what? I'm not showing up. I can't make it because this came up. Because it was always some sort of emergency. Oh, this came up, that came up. But it got to the point where I was getting cancellations like 5 minutes before the meeting, 5 minutes before the Zoom call, 5 minutes before something that we had to discuss or go over or meet for whatever reason. So when this happens, number one is you don't respect the person that is in front of you. You don't respect the person that you're going to meet. And you can't do this. This is just the starting, the starting phase, when it starts happening the first time, and it gets worse and worse. So don't do that. If you, sometimes you don't realize who you have in front of you. You don't realize the potential that you have with a business partner, with a mentor, with somebody that you can grow and go to far places. So same day cancellations, five minutes before cancellations. Look, it's very easy to lose points with somebody, and it's very hard to get those points. To win those points, it's very hard. So what I've seen from a lot of people is that they have this great opportunity, and maybe they are entrepreneurs, and then they have this entrepreneur where there's this huge opportunity to scale and sell a company for billions and trust the process. And then you start losing points. It's very hard to build those points, but it's very easy to lose those points. And remember that when you're in a great situation, when you have a great opportunity, you don't want to mess that up. So one thing that I do is one principle that I have is to always keep your word. That is why commitment is really hard for me. Commitment, and I'm not saying it's hard for me to have commitment. Commitment is very easy for me, actually. But it's very hard for me to commit to somebody. That's why when I commit to somebody, and I'm speaking, this is me. This is not Sil. This is me. So when I commit to somebody, it takes me a very long time, and it's very hard for me to commit to somebody. But when I do commit to somebody, I commit to somebody all the way, more than 100%. More than 100% if that exists. However, what happens is sometimes, people start losing points, and it's very easy to start losing points with me. And it's very hard to get those points back. It's very hard to build on those points. It takes forever to build those points and get my full commitment to you. But then it's very easy to start losing those points. And you don't want to do that. I always give my word. And my commitment is very serious. And I go back to the Trumans. So the Trumans, great people. I was just there last week. I flew private. Cost me over $100,000 to be there, and more, because we ended up spending more. But it was a great event. I was happy to be there with the Trumans. I was happy to give as much value as I could. I stayed after. I stayed for hours after, and I took a lot of pictures. I answered many, many, many questions, and I was drained because I give out all my energy, and I gave out all my energy, and I answered more questions because I love helping people. And you know what? Maybe today, I've said it. I don't want to do any more events because it just takes so much time from me, and I'm so focused and so committed to our companies that we have here, and we already have the driven events. But I gave him my word. I gave him my commitment 2 years ago. I will be at your event. COVID canceled it, so it happened 2 years later. And 2 years ago, I didn't have the same responsibilities I have now. It's just totally different. Things are just totally different for the better. But I'm just really busy, extremely busy, and I have so many things to do and very little time. So because I gave my word, I was there. And a lot of people, you don't realize what your word is. So Look, I'll end it with this. Respect other people's time. Okay, respect other people's time. I'm looking for running mates. I'm looking for somebody that wants to run with me to the end. I'm looking for solid running mates. I have a few, but as I said, it's easy to lose points. It's very hard to gain those points. Looking for a running mate. Respect other people's time, because time is very valuable and time is the most important thing in life. You can't get time back. You can't get your life back. You can't, time, it slips away. And to end it with this, just think about Ed Milet. Okay, Ed Milet. Ed Milet, he is somebody that I look up to a lot. And Ed Milet once told me, hey, Albert, I'll be at your event. Don't worry about anything. You're my friend. I love you. I'll be at your event. These are straight words coming from his mouth. He told me he would be there. I offered, hey, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll pay this, I'll do this. He said, Albert, I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't worry about anything. I'll be there. And this was for Driven 5. And some people told me, hey, what if he doesn't show up? What if he doesn't, what if he's not, what if something happens? What if, what if he doesn't show up? And you know what I thought about? I'm like, nah, no way. He will show up, because that guy, somebody like Ed Milet, doesn't get there to be worth, close to $1 billion. You don't get there. You don't become Ed Milet, in other words, by not keeping your word. Every person that is up there at that level, they have a word. Their word is golden. When they commit, they commit. Commitment is a big, huge word. So he showed up. He showed up. So I know that the most powerful people in the world, the billionaires, the trillion-dollar company leaders, all these people that make it big is because they have commitment and because they keep their word. Their word is golden. So guys, girls, try not to do this. When you say you're gonna do something, do it. Keep your word and be a person of commitment. And if you break your commitment, if you're the type of person that is always rescheduling, you don't have a word, and you keep breaking your commitments, you're a little flaky, maybe it's time to change. It's never too late to change. So change that and just watch your life. It's going to continue to get better and better and better. I promise you that. Much love. Please, if you guys have something else that you want me to cover, something you want me to talk about, something where I can give you guys value based on my experience, based on what has worked for me and what's allowed me to scale all of our companies, let me know. Comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.